Sit down.
Thank you, Mr. Vyas.
You're from Kerala, is it? Karnataka, sorry. How do you pronounce your name?
Nagendra Babu Kumar.
It's one word.
3 words.
Okay.
Nagendra, Babu and Kumar.
Okay. What is your, let's say if you were to join the service, what is the area you would like to work in? Which sector?
One I like is sports, and the other is culture, and third one is education.
We're all joined together. Sort of, in Government of India.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of earlier when a road had to be built, national highway, anything, government used to fund it entirely.
Yes, sir.
But the amount demand is much more than what the government can afford. So they started a concept of public-private partnership.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with that?
Yes, sir.
So can you explain something about that?
So in public-private partnerships, both the private partner as well as the government shares the risks as well as the resources. There are different models of public triple P, which are build, operate, transfer, where the public partner will build it, operate for some time, and transfer it to the government. And then there is another model where government does that. I'm not getting the name, but there is another thing, hybrid annuity model, where both of them share the risks in a particular ratio.
Okay, good. Now, by and large, the risks are supposed to be shared equally, but they're not. Actually, a lot of risk is transferred to the private sector.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with that?
Yes, sir.
So that's why the question is, has the PPP model worked in India or no? PPP, public-private partnership.
To some extent, it has worked, sir. Considering the GMR group, which is operating this IGI airport in Delhi, other highways that are being built, they have worked.
Okay. But by and large, it's not that successful, huh?
Yes, sir. Depending on the gestation period that...
gestation and the risk profile is transferred more to the private than to the public sector.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
60% of the resources come from the private sector.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
what it is.
risks. Good afternoon, sir.
You come from Kolar.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about the Kolar mines. They're still under operation. What is the government policy? What level of mining activities happen?
Sir, it was as a mine. It was started in back 1880s by some British private company. But after 1956, it was nationalized, and then by 2001, it got shut down because of unviability of the mines. 2001. Throughout all the time, people have extracted around 900 tons of gold from the mine. And recently there have been some surveys being conducted by some government officials saying that some dumps that have been there, they contain some gold which can be extracted to the extent of 30 to 40 tons, they're telling. And there are some blocks also being surveyed that contains around 1 to 3 grams of gold per turnover of gold.
So would you agree that they have some of the deepest mines in the world in Kolar? Are you aware of it?
It is around 3 kilometers that they have gone through.
Okay.
It is the second deepest, where South Africa is the deepest
First.
thing.
Okay, very good. Now your subjects are political science and international relations.
Yes, sir.
It's a very good combination.
Yes, thank you.
And your preference seems to be IAS, right?
Yes, sir.
Suppose if you were given the option of joining the Indian Foreign Service,
Yes, sir.
what would be your initial approach in dealing with India's worldview, India's sort of relationship? What would be your priorities to begin with?
The priority is that first improve relations with all the countries, major countries per se.
Could you
First relation.
Could you define all and major?
Some major countries
Like?
European countries, France, Germany, and then UK, and then USA, North American country, and then Brazil in the South America, and then even China in Asia, bettering economic relationship with Japan, because we have a lot of scope with that. And then second thing I would focus on South-South cooperation, because not just the upper stream we have to see, lower stream is also as important as the upper stream. The thing is that they offer more leverage to India, more scope for India to show their leadership in the world affairs. And the third thing is that integrating the South Asian region. This is what we need first, because when we are not good at our home, we cannot set the world affairs in a right direction.
What would you say that our South Asian relationship, diplomacy, has been successful, moderately successful, or has it been in some sense not a failure but miscalculations?
Sir, it is not as satisfactory as it was thought to be, because when we see the integration, it has not taken pace. The economic integration has lagged behind all the European Union, ASEAN, where they have 64% of global internal trade within themselves, and ASEAN has 27 to 25%, and India has its relations with the South Asian countries, where the trade is only 5%. And the political integration is also has taken a hit. Like, we don't have good relationship with Pakistan, and then Nepal has some issues with India, where the Communist Party considers India as a big brother or big bully. Sri Lanka too was playing cards between India and China, which is the case also with the Maldives. But there is scope, sir. We can do that, because most of the economies are failing around India. They are small economies, and we can ensure mutual benefits through better agreements.
Don't you also think that there is a very strong, prevailing, persistent mindset in the South Asia countries that India is a bully, India is an aggressive state? Now, this has been a perpetual challenge for Indian diplomacy. How do we break this mindset? How would you suggest, what would you suggest in Indian diplomacy? For example, we have considerable soft powers strength. Is that an important tool that can sort of break this mindset of a big country with small neighbors?
So, to break that particular mindset, we need to have unilateral concessions, give unilateral concessions, like which we gave in Indus Water Treaty for Pakistan. It could better relations, rather than looking at equal relations. We could be a big brother. We can take care of the siblings as such. And then with respect to soft power, the culture, we have started the project Mausam and all. So with that, cultural relations and cultural give and take exchanges can be enhanced. Every year cultural conferences can be held, where recently Indian Prime Minister was present in Nepal for Buddhist Cultural International Conference. So that kind of conferences will enhance further. And then yoga can be one other thing, where people are suffering more mental health problems, which can help in curing those things, and then building our soft power also.
Well, thank you, Professor.
Nagendra, you are from Karnataka.
Yes, sir.
You pretty much grew up in Karnataka. St. Anne's School and Sahyadri PU are both in Karnataka. In which city?
St. Anne's is in Mulbagal, and then Sahyadri is in Kolar.
Right. So I'm going to ask you a question. You've trained as a, let me see, you've trained as a mechanics of materials, kinematics of materials, and design of machines, etc. right? Can you tell me what each one of these is? Mechanics of materials, kinematics of materials.
So mechanics of materials, we study about the particular characteristic of the metals or materials that are used in machines. Per se, the iron, the content of carbon in it, and the steel, how it varies the content of carbon, and then what conductivity, what strength they have. In kinematics, we study about the relative motion between the elements of a machine. We have links, many links, how they relatively move, and then wear and tear that takes place, and the gears as such. We talk about, we study in kinematics. And in dynamics, we study whole machine as a moving part.
So, in respect of that last item you got here, design of machines, how do you rate India's design capacity as opposed to R&D capacity in machinery specifically and more generally in manufacturing? How do you rate India's design capacity? And yeah.
I wouldn't think I have much information, knowledge, and such a.
Are we a great
experience.
Product or process designing nation?
Yes, sir. To an extent, since the ancient age, we have seen many designs.
Forget about ancient. Talk about now.
Yes, sir.
Where you are going to be working in a service where you will be expected to promote the development of the country,
Yes, sir.
including industrial development. So, suppose you were as in the Department of Industries in your state. After your field based tour of duty, suppose when you go to the secretariat, you are located in the Department of Industry.
Yes, sir.
You should see yourself, your role as promoting in the development of industry.
Yes, sir.
Design, I would imagine your training should have taught you that our engineers should be good designers.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो अब बताओ.
So most of the teachings that we get is kind of a theoretical teachings. We don't get to learn on the field. So it's better.
Not at all.
Not at all, sir. Usually.
Even when you do internships.
Only when during internships, but they are not mandatory for all.
They're not mandatory in your degree.
They're not made mandatory for all to go to internships.
Oh my God! You think that's an issue? That's a problem?
Definitely, sir. So
how would internship help?
We were willing to go to internship to a sugar industry, but they didn't let us at that point of time.
Why?
Because of some internal politics that they had between the lecturers. And then when we go to the internships, we get a practical idea that how the machines work and what are the flaws there.
So in your 4 or 5 years, you didn't get an opportunity to be an intern in any Bangalore. I mean, you were in Bangalore.
Yes, sir. In fact, the college was also well situated in the heart of the Bangalore, having good name. But I don't know.
BIT is a good name.
Vishwesvaraya
Technological University.
Yes, sir.
Acha. 2016 you graduated.
Yes, sir.
What have you been doing since then? 6 years have passed, 7 years.
Since then, I have been preparing for UPSC, sir.
No job, no nothing.
After 2 years of preparation, I started working as a freelancer in coaching industry, the UPSC coaching industry.
I see.
Yes, sir.
In Bengaluru?
Yes, sir, in Bangalore.
That was your way of earning money, and you continue to live with your parents?
I continue to live with my parents.
So, how many attempts so far?
This is my 7th attempt and 3rd interview, sir.
Okay, so how much did you score in your previous 2 interviews?
Each time 165.
Okay, so you didn't do too badly. Did you sort of fall down on account of your writtens?
In written, yes. By 4 marks, I didn't get through the final list. Both the time, once 4 marks and once 6 marks.
Oh my God! So you just have to up your marks now a little bit.
Yes, sir.
hopefully you've done, perhaps, have you kept to the same subject, optional subject?
Yes, sir.
Which is?
Political science and
Of
international
course.
relations.
That
So-
would be new consistent subject.
So you would have improved with PSIR, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
Your confidence level was good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Your confidence level is reasonably good even now, and I'm actually hopeful that you will do even better this time.
Thank you.
But we are going to look at we're going to push you a little bit further now.
Yes, sir.
So you've lived most of your life. You haven't lived really outside of Karnataka.
In Delhi, I lived for 4 years. Sir.
When? Why?
When I started the preparation between 2016 to 20 until the COVID hit up, I used to live here.
And all you did was coaching and writing exams, preparing.
First 2 years coaching and writing exams, and then I started with evaluations, mentorships, and
अच्छा,
everything.
पैसा बनाने के लिए.
I had to live, make it for a living. Sir.
I can understand. Okay, so you are reasonably familiar with Karnataka
Yes, sir.
and its economy.
Yes, sir.
Walk us all through what you believe are the economic challenges that Karnataka state faces currently, the structural economic challenges. Don't tell me, oh, this is the inflation rate, that's the growth rate.
One is lack of proper employment opportunities. Sir. Except Bangalore, the outside of the Bangalore doesn't have much economic employment opportunities. The other thing is regional imbalances. Like Hyderabad, Karnataka has really done poor, and then their social indicators are not that good. And then the infrastructure has also taken a hit in those areas where there are a lot of inequalities among themselves.
Okay, in the Hyderabad, Karnataka area.
Yes, sir. Apart from that,
It's adjacent to
Another reason-
Andhra, no? Or is it adjacent to Telangana?
Telangana as well as a bit
Acha,
Andhra.
both.
Both.
Carry on.
Right now, that's how I can remember, sir.
That's the only structural problem you can think of for Karnataka.
Right now, I'm not getting much of information.
Okay. So I'm now going to put you in a situation,
Yes, sir.
and let's see how you react. You've lived all your life in Karnataka,
Yes, sir.
but you are slightly familiar with the Hindu-Muslim issue.
Yes, sir.
And now, but you get actually posted to UP.
Yes, sir.
Now, the situation is as follows. You know the CAA NRC?
Yes, sir.
You know what it is. You know that it led to an agitation
Yes, sir.
opposing it. By which group you know?
That exactly I don't know, sir.
Okay, let's assume that one community opposed it.
Community, okay, sir.
One community opposed.
Okay.
Now, one evening in the city of Lucknow, which is where you are posted, there is a brawl between those two communities. There is, right? They come to fisticuffs, they have arguments on the street, and then they hit each other and so on, so on. You are the SDM there, you call in your IPS colleague, and they bring in the police force and they quell the troubles. Then finally the troubles are quelled and everyone goes back home.
Yes, sir.
Next morning you receive a call from your minister saying, please hire some bulldozers and go to X community's locality
Yes, sir.
and bring their houses and their businesses down.
Yes, sir.
How would you react?
Sir, I would ask if there is any legal issues with that. The legal notices have been served to the people who are being named, and I would ask for the legal consultation with the others also, the government, public prosecutors and all. Can that be done So, and then if that can be done, it should be done in a manner that both the communities should be equally treated, not just the one community, but whosoever has ever violated the law, they should be equally treated, and then the thing which has been to take down, that should it should be taken down from both the communities, not just the one, as it sends a bad message to the society that majoritarian rule has been taking place.
Nagendra, when is your interview?
18th January, sir.
20 days from now,
Yes,
roughly, 3 weeks from now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to hand you over to.
No, I've asked.
Oh, you've done?
Yeah.
No, but right.
Achha, you've done.
Yeah.
Pick up from where you have left. You're a trained engineer
Yes.
in a very specific discipline, metallurgy in particular. Is that your discipline?
No, sir. Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering. Now, after having studied engineering for 4 years,
Yes, sir.
you've now left everything to prepare for civil services.
Yes, sir.
For me, it would seem such a waste of time. 4-5 years
Yes, sir.
of a talent, of a skill which you've acquired,
Yes, sir.
going waste. What has prompted you? What is in the civil services that has made you take a choice of such kind?
So back then, when I made a choice, it was in 2008, where the Deputy Commissioner of Kolar was on the streets. Actually, it was showing in the news that he made possible the elections go in a right way. And then throughout the Kolar city, there were more improvements like the road building, construction, and the cleaning of cultural places. It was taking place. And then at that point of time, my father used to tell that this is happening because of the DC's initiative. So it's then I decided that if it's possible to become a DC and then do something that can improve the locality of where you live, wherever you are posted, then it brings a good respectful name for yourself that you have done something new. Even after that, in 2013-14, there was another DC, DK Ravi, who started Podi Adalat, where people were given chance to have the titles to their names, which was in they were not certain that they had their land. But that initiative brought much respect for him. Even today, people of Kolar remember him, even after being dead for 7-8 years. So that made me believe this. And then one thing why I chose engineering was to ensure that some of the other talent where I had in science, mathematics, that doesn't go as waste. And then after, if at all I don't get through this civil services, I have some prior experience that I can get a decent job after it.
So you've been inspired to join the services.
Yes, sir.
Is this what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. How will you assess the whole thing, sir?
No, I am impressed with what you're saying. Now, you mentioned about Kolar.
Yes, sir.
Are those still alive, those mines, or they're not working anymore?
Right now, they're not working, sir.
They're not working. What else do you have to say about yourself? What are your strong points?
So consistency. I have been giving 4 mains and then 3 in third interview. So consistency I have maintained, and there is some determination in me and dedication towards the ambition. And then respect for the other beings. That has made me more humble. This whole journey has made me more humble. And then there are some weak points also, sir. I'm quite stubborn, and then easily distracted. In the past, I was easily getting distracted. That's it.
No, but you have given 4 attempts, right?
Yes.
So then you're not distracted, no? You're pretty focused.
Still a distraction, I would say, sir. I was a bit distracted in my initial phase.
Okay.